What did you feel when you saw those numbers?
One, I felt in some ways saddened because it felt like the field that I love didn't love me back, or the people that look like me. And so tech, I'm excited. I want to contribute. I'm here at MIT, epicenter of innovation. And so it was this reminder that we still had so much more progress to go.
We're continuing our conversation with Dr. Joy Buolamwini on the world of AI. So you consider yourself a poet of code. We're going to listen to a portion of one of your poems. It's called AI Ain't I a Woman. Wow. So in that clip, people have to go back and look at that clip because what you were showing pictures of women, renowned African-American women throughout history, but the facial recognition was identifying them as men.
Yes.
Right?
So you have facial analysis that sometimes is guessing gender, sometimes is guessing age, and then you have image descriptors. So you even saw Sojourner Truth being described as a clean-shaven old man.
Right. So why did you decide to use poetry and this kind of art form to further explain AI and where it's going astray?
So when I did my research, Gender Shades, and we published the paper, it had a wide reach showing performance metrics, right? That overall these systems work better on lighter skin than darker skin, work better on male-labeled faces than female-labeled faces, and were especially bad on faces of women like me. And when I saw that result...
And like me.
And like you, women like us,
Yes.
right? And so when I saw that result, I wanted to do something where we would move from the performance metrics of, okay, I saw the numbers, to where you could actually feel what I was feeling when I saw those numbers. And so that's why I wanted
What did you feel when you saw those numbers?
One, I felt in some ways saddened because it felt like the field that I love didn't love me back, or the people that look like me. And so tech, I'm excited. I want to contribute. I'm here at MIT, epicenter of innovation. And so it was this reminder that we still had so much more progress to go. And then I also felt curious. Is it just my face? Is it just their faces? Let's start testing. I even tested the women of Wakanda. Some of their faces weren't detected or they were misgendered. Angela Bassett's face, I think one of the algorithms had her as 18 to 24. She was in her 50s at the time. I'm just saying not all AI bias.
So that's good. That's a good mistake to make.
Yeah, it's not all terrible. It's not all terrible.
Now, when you kind of took this different path, you expressed a concern that by combining the art and tech, that people in the world of tech might not take your work as seriously. Have you found that to be true, or has the opposite been true?
It's actually been the opposite, and then there are all these hidden artists who then come out and they share what they've been wanting. I think the biggest validation for me was through Megan Smith, one of the board members of the Algorithmic Justice League and also on the MIT Corporation, former CTO of the United States. She was invited to be on the EU Global Tech panel. She pulled up a chair for me and said she should be on it as well. And in that context, I actually had an opportunity to have the clip you just saw played to EU defense ministers ahead of conversations on lethal autonomous weapons. Because if we're thinking about facial recognition technologies, drones, guns, warfare, it's important to understand severe limitations. And so for me, that was very much a validation that not only is the art something that engages people, but it's something that can catalyze critical conversations.
You speak in ways that people who are not computer scientists can understand. Has that helped to advance your career in this area of study?
I absolutely think so, because at the end of the day, it comes down to communication. So that was part of why we wanted the documentary Coded Bias, part of even why I wrote Unmasking AI. I truly believe if you have a face, you have a place in the conversation about AI. And so much of what I saw was kind of exclusionary. If you weren't in the know, if you didn't have the right tech terminology, it was a conversation just for the privileged few. And I didn't want that to be the case, because AI is impacting all of us.
All of us, every day, in ways that we don't know.
Everyone turn on your facial recognition block. We're here to make a plan and can't nobody stop. Everyone turn on your facial recognition block. We're here to make a plan and can't nobody stop. Everyone turn on your